All right, all right, all right. I'm in my gym bro attire, not even training in past 2 weeks.
And I'm still in my jungle, in my
Yeah,
Gurkha trousers.
yeah, and
I'm not in the beach anymore though.
in short trouser. That's something not so typical for Menswear Podcast. I guess we have so random outfits sometimes,
Yeah,
but it's Sunday.
yeah, but also, I mean, I'm gonna wear more suits after this, I promise. But it's too. I mean, lots of menswear guys, they are not always in suits, and
No.
although we love suits, we are not always in suits. So
But guys, we need more suits. So if you wanna give us some suits to review, to show on the
Yeah.
podcast, hit us up, DM us,
Yeah.
write. Our mail is, I think, hello@suityourselfpodcast.com.
yeah, we have some stuff incoming for that.
Yes,
but,
exactly. Some collab
Yeah.
with some brand, but we don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. But by the moment this podcast is out, we're probably gonna develop that part more.
Exactly. So you can just follow our Instagram, because it's not only video, it's not only audio, it's also pictures, and we are posting a lot.
Yeah.
And some street interviews, some interviews with PT people as well.
Yeah.
Some
A lot of extra content.
some
actually.
funny reels. And this episode, which episode is it?
38?
38.
Or 37th?
No, wait a minute. 35, 36, 37, 38.
38.
I guess. I hope so.
So
So today we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
So
the cuts.
about the cuts, and that slim fit is dead. Long live the classic
The
cut.
classic cuts. Yeah. Or
What
is
is
it
what
dead,
is
actually?
classic cut?
Exactly. And what does it mean, classic? And is it really dead? I don't know. I'm wondering.
I mean, let's start with maybe slim fit. Why even slim fit started?
Yeah. What is it also? Let's see. Let's start with what is it? And let's then try to find out when it came. For me, as I define it, because the slim derives into skinny, but I would say that
It's closer to your body.
yeah, it's very close.
Some
to
people
body.
call it tailored, but tailored is something made by a tailor. So tailored fit is just fit that it's tailored for you. So it can be slim, it can be not slim.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys don't say tailored, don't call tailored,
Yeah.
don't call slim fit tailored,
No.
because drape cut, like more not baggy but more like wider cut, more comfortable cut,
Can be
is also tailored.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, it just basically it's closer to your body, and the reason why it's opposed to more classic is that classic is also made or can be made to your body, but it has more volume. It has more space in it.
It's just how it was back in the days.
Yeah.
Before slim fit. And I think that slim fit started in like early 2000s
Yeah, I think
and
so.
to like maybe 2015-ish, something.
Yeah.
And I
It
think
was
that
strong then. Yeah.
I remember why people didn't want to have the classic cut. A lot of people wearing suits, they thought that it's like, I don't want to look like my grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
I want to look modern. I want to show my silhouette. I want to
That's marketing. That
sometimes
that
also
was.
I want to show my muscles, like like those gym bros. I was there. I wanted to have something close to my body so I can show that it's just ripping my bicep is ripping the shirt. It's you can see everything, and even the brand we were talking about, this shape something your tomorrow, or what it's called, like with polyester and stretch suits that you can make squats in that.
Yeah.
Like why? Like I mean,
Why would you make squat in a suit?
yeah, it's not a proper
But
clothing.
What's your opinion? Why? I mean, I'm guessing it's just cycles and trends are coming and they are going out, and it was just. For me, I think it's a bit more feminine also to have something close to your body, and I think that in those period of time, masculine stuff were I mean, it was not so trendy to be overly masculine, and I think that the fashion was a bit more feminine in a certain way.
I mean, it was more that it was something modern. Because back in the days, you wore more something classic cut, that the trousers look bigger.
Yeah.
People thought that it looks just too big.
Yeah.
That if it looks too big, it's not tailored, so it's I don't know, it's the wrong size.
Yeah.
People didn't want to wear
but
bigger.
they are still wearing wrong size in slims.
Yeah, it's just too slim.
Yeah, they don't feel confident in.
But a lot of people like, no, it's too big, and it was also my thought when I first ordered trousers that were 20, I think, 1 centimeter leg opening.
Yeah.
And I felt like, oh, it's weird. It just feels so big. And people were like, oh, you're wearing too big trousers. Those trousers make you look small. And because of the high rise, because of the width
which
of
is the other way
leg.
around.
And it's I get a lot of comments that my trousers are too big and they are too high. But guys, I'm wearing my trousers on my belly button, and actually it's the proper way to wear your trousers, because it should create that the trousers take like 2/3 of the body, and 1/3 is your torso, and it gives you the perfect silhouette, perfect proportions, and make your legs longer. So guys, if the trousers make your legs longer, I guess that it creates that you appear taller. I think in my case, maybe because those trousers are wide and I have wide shoulders.
It gives a bit more V shape also, because it takes you more on the thinnest part of your waistline.
Exactly, but maybe the people think that it makes me shorter because I am wider. I don't know.
No, but I think it's misconception in this case, because it elongates the silhouette and it gives better silhouetting, better proportions, I would say. But I think there's it's a mix of misconception, of trends, and when you are younger, you're also you are more going with the fashion, because I mean, you wouldn't go at school with the with the suit or things like this. Although I did once or twice, and everyone thinks you are a weirdo, but which can be quite cool. But there's a limit to this. You don't want to die a virgin, also, so you need to accept a bit to go into the trend. But
it was a trend. Mostly by H&M, Zara, those big brands.
And they need trends to sell clothes.
It was something new, like 80s oversized suits. Then 2000 slimmer. Then we have back 80s again.
But in all those periods of time, whatever the period, 70s, 50s, and so on, there's always been trends.
But in 70s you had slim fit and wider fit.
But because trends came with the factories. So the more there's been, the more this industry grew, the more they needed to have a reason to sell product, and that got cheaper and cheaper. And the reason why was trends. There was no trends before. Before there was just the classic way a garment is supposed to wear.
But you can still wear just the classic cut.
Exactly.
And don't go with trends, because it will be stylish all the time.
But what does it mean, classic? Classic means that it's there's some rules of proportions, the one that we mentioned before. There's also rules of longevity. So the garment will have more longevity if it's not pulling everywhere, if it's comfortable.
More comfortable,
to wear.
Exactly, because classic cut is comfortable for your body. High-rise trousers make that if you sit, the trousers stay at the same spot. They are not going down. They are not showing your
there's more
behind.
Space in your legs also, which is more comfortable. People get surprised when they start having those more classic cuts. When I make suit for them that are more classic, they are like, wow, it's extremely comfortable. And like, that's the way it should be. Wearing a suit doesn't mean discomfort.
You don't need to feel like in an armor.
No, exactly. The other way around. It was something to work. So
and it also
you need to be comfortable when
it also hid your belly, for example, some imperfection.
It makes you more balanced. So the whole key behind tailoring is proportion. You want to have something that is proportion, that is also pleasant, aesthetically speaking. So you need to compensate for the little flaws of the body,
Exactly.
of the male body in this case.
And you can have more things in your pockets.
Yeah, also. Yeah,
can-
guys are very fond of pockets.
Exactly.
Just give me pockets.
You can carry a gun if you're American.
Exactly. We love pockets. We love to hide stuff in our pockets since we are kids. That's just in our DNA.
Yeah, we need to have the Game Boy in our pockets, yeah, all the time.
Exactly. Well, the phones are looking more and more like Game Boys. You know, look at the size of this thing. In the early
We need to have
2000, we wanted to have smaller stuff.
Yeah, I had the Motorola StarTAC.
Exactly. And now it's
so
getting
cool.
bigger again.
Yeah, you need to compensate for something.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, I'm still with this joy of size. But size matters.
Yeah,
in
guys,
the trousers.
we have such a big softbox here. Like, it's huge. That's what she said.
Exactly. And we're very proud of.
I'm sorry for that.
The size of our equipment.
Studio, yeah, equipment.
No, but so I would
but
say
even
we are
fuller trousers, you have more space for your equipment,
exactly,
which is healthier for your balls.
But jokes
That's a
aside,
fact.
Jokes aside, yeah, that's true. It's also a matter of health. Having your genitals compressed, there's nothing good about it.
And even when you have low waist trousers, when you sit,
Yeah.
they just limit
cut.
your movements.
Yeah.
And there is something, I think I mentioned that in one episode, that it's something like too tight trousers syndrome. That you need to sit that your lower back is curved. It's not in the natural position because of the trousers. And even guys are wearing those low waist trousers that they look like chimpanzees because they have short legs, long torso, and it's out of proportions. And even if you're wearing slim fit suit, a lot of people in Sweden, they have like those football legs. And wearing slim fit trousers, it just makes it look even more deformed.
Because it shows everything in an
exaggerated
graceful
way.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of hiding a bit and looking a bit more proportionate and nicer.
Classic tailoring hid your imperfections.
But but saying that it's dead, I don't know, because a lot of time I feel that we are living in some kind of bubble. I think that there's more freedom to wear more classic garments, that's for sure.
It's coming back. People are slowly, even in mainstream, even those big brands.
I think that Uniqlo is making, for example, way more stuff that are a bit on the high rise. So that's true. That maybe even bigger brands are.
Jeans. You can buy more like high rise jeans denim on the market.
But then, I think it's getting there. But maybe we're maybe transitioning to new cuts. I mean, it's getting quite popular, the boxy cuts again. Even Suit Supply is making like boxy cuts again. Yeah, this is a
wide leg trousers from Suit Supply.
Yeah, so I think they are quite on point.
Even in streetwear, people are wearing more baggy. Yeah, so we were talking about classic cut.
Yeah, so and we're talking about the fact that it's coming back, and I would say, it's true. It's actually coming back more and more. There's wider cut. They're going a bit more on the extreme, like wide,
really wide,
and not the
flare.
Yeah, exactly. Not really even this middle ground that we are talking about. But there's still a lot of people that are quite slim fit, and
I would say that the guys that are maybe older than 50, they're still wearing a lot of slim fit because they think that it's still fashionable. But the thing is also that when you're making trousers wider, you need to use more material, fabric.
And that there was so in the 40s, I think, or maybe it was on the First World War, there was this restriction on material. And so it was forbidden to make suits that were too big because of this. So there was a law. And some people started to question this, but also because they were questioning the war. and it was becoming wearing very wide cuts was a way to protest against the war. And a lot of black people were actually wearing very wide cuts because they were protesting against those laws. And
that's interesting.
Then wearing a wide cut was a way of protesting against the war. So
I had at home even a picture of black boys wearing very wide Hollywood trousers.
So that's also interesting to know that from time to time it has a completely different meaning.
Yeah, but it was a limit even in like car production. Yeah. In some countries that the steel was limited, or for example leather shoes. Yeah. That's why brogues, those austerity brogues didn't have even broguing.
Ah, really?
Because then you need to use more leather.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So it doesn't mean the same thing depending on the period of time, but I would say that nowadays we have access to everything, so it's really a matter of knowledge of what looks actually good, and it will always look better to have something that is classic in the way. And let's pinpoint what we mean by classic. I would say that when it comes to a suit, it's something that is a bit on the higher rise, because it will rest more on your natural hip bone. So you don't have to have something that is too tight. It will like drape in a nicer way. It will also be more comfortable
on your waist, exactly on your waist.
Yeah, exactly. And on the jacket, it's something that is a bit elongated, not too short, so it covers your bump, it covers your crotch.
It's not too short.
Yeah, exactly, and it has a nice proportion with the lower body, so you try to reach this 50-50.
And you still have space. Silhouette. You have still space in the belly.
Space is the key.
You need to move in the suit.
It's not need to feel any. But of course, sometimes it's funny. I have people that they are trying to do gym movement, and they're like, it doesn't look so good when I do this. I'm like,
but
you're not really supposed to do this.
Even ask Oki, he's presenting his suits like standing with arms up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they are supposed to look good also like this.
Yeah. They drape still.
Yeah.
You know, the thing with the fuller cut is that when you see the fabric is hanging you can see the full fabric. It's not like, it doesn't have wrinkles. It's not like
and it's also in a bespoke atelier what they say.
It's like drapes, those drapes that we have behind us, for example. It just lies perfectly, straight line.
Yeah, it's clean. And they say in bespoke atelier, if it looks good on the hanger, it will look good on you. So it needs to also look good on the hanger, and that's the way you can tell that the drape is very nice on the suit, especially. And I agree with this. I think that it shows a lot. If it looks good by default, it usually looks also good on you, and vice versa. But to be honest, the fabric is alive. So of course, when you are doing some crazy movement, when you are going further than this, it's usually gonna show some pleats and so on, and that's normal.
Yeah, that's okay. But it's still, you have a fuller range of motion having a classical cut. And I would add something, that the classic cut, it's not a trend. It's just a style. It's just something that is timeless.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to change your suit all the time. You don't need to buy another one, because right now we had trend for slim fit suits, and now we have for fuller suits. So if you buy something classical, it will stay, it will remain.
There's even trend for tailoring, menswear tailoring. I mean, the reason why it comes back, so to speak, it's because there's a trend also around this. There's a lot of people that are making businesses around this imagery, but it didn't stay. So those guys that were making those advertising of the tailoring, they never cared about this, and now they are making trends about old money, and tomorrow they're gonna make trends about something else. They don't care about this thing. But there has been some trend about this, which made a lot of people being interested in this and learning. And so in a sense, they did good because they brought back a bit those classic cuts.
Yeah, good that we have a trend like that, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope that it will remain like this, that we are not going to have slim... That is actually pretty funny, like what we're going to have
I don't
in
think
the
that
future.
you can... I think that if you really add any classic cut, I don't see those people going back to something slim. Because if you learn the good stuff... I mean, if you were wearing in the 90s very baggy stuff, it looked like shit. So then you can go to slim and it also looks like shit, but you are going from something shitty to something else shitty, so you're just following trends. But if you wear something that is actually very nice and that makes sense, like actually classic tailoring, then you are not going back to shit, so to speak, because you knew what is good, you know.
It has a purpose. A lot of I got a lot of comments, you know, under this reel with Alina.
Yeah.
I wore high-rise chinos.
So yeah, for people that are watching us, we got this interview. You got interviewed like almost a year ago.
And
by this
the
girl.
reel got 7.5 million views on.
She exploded
on
with
Instagram,
this.
And we did another interview with her, and I wore chinos with high-rise, and a lot of people were commenting like, "Why do you have trousers as high?" And they like, you look like grandpa, you look gay. This is actually something that we want to discuss, an episode about why I looked like gay. And
I don't know why people are
that was
so,
crazy. But I would say that why I wear trousers that as high, because they fit me, because I feel good, because I'm comfortable, because I don't, when I sit, I still have room for my thighs.
And you don't feel that you are seeing your butt crack every time you're eating.
They sit all the time on my waist.
Mm-hmm. No, it just looks more masculine, but in a nice way. You're showing the nice proportion of a male body, the way it's aesthetically pleasing for anyone.
And why people say that, okay, you look like grandpa? Because
but
actually our grandpas, they had better style.
Exactly. What's bad about looking like... That's also my question. It's like, what's bad about looking like you looking like your grandpa? If your grandpa looks so good, you know?
Yeah, they looked good. Like
I'm looking at some picture of my... grand uncle and things like this, like in their military clothes and things like this. And some of my family, they were quite high in the hierarchy of military, you know, and they had...
Military cat is also loser.
Yeah, they are
because
loser.
people need
to do war.
Yeah, exactly. Need to do stuff in this.
And I mean, the aura that they had, I'm sorry, I want to look like my great-grandfather and my grandfather.
Exactly.
Because they had some aura that I would like to get today, you know. So, I think it's... and I was taking pride in this when I was in my 20s. I was wearing grandpa style because I looked...
But why
cool.
people react like that? I think that people are just not used to it anymore. They look on the windows, on the displays, on H&M, and they see those. They saw those slim fit trousers. They saw all those fashion influencers showing.
Yeah, they are living in a big bubble because I mean everything is a bubble nowadays. You are harassed by images, and that's the thing. You don't really choose your image. I mean, the algorithm will adapt to you. But at the end of the day, what you are watching when you are going to the museum, what type of exhibition that you're watching, it's up to you. You decide what kind of movie that you're watching is up to you.
For example, Instagram shows you, the algorithm shows you what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's
for
the
example,
bubble.
for me, it's motorcycles, cats, menswear. So I don't see any slim fit. Oh yeah, this guy in the tights. In leggings, Oh Jesus! There was a guy.
He's a troll. He's trolling.
There was a guy showing outfits in leggings.
Yeah.
And that it's for a wedding outfit, attire. Like, dude, well, like for real? You can wear it with your like dominatrix or something at home, but like don't go out with this. Like people don't want to see your
big
butt.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. It's Well,
So people see what
what they
algorithm gives them. So if they're looking on those influencers in very tight jeans, so they're not even
questioning it.
They're not even aware that
something else exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's that's really
so
being a prisoner.
Everyone is in their own bubble.
Yeah, but we are, for example, we are in a certain bubble. But we decided because we know that there is two sides of the fence. And I mean, we don't know everything, but being aware, it's a bit like this, knowing that you don't know is the beginning of learning or growing or being freer, because we know that there is choices in between different possibilities. For people that know nothing, the problem is that when you are trying to get them this knowledge, they will be on defensive. They will feel aggressed. Because people don't want to get freer. They don't want to have to choose. They don't want to know that there is different solutions. So if you tell them, you can wear better trousers, you can wear different cuts, they will tell you, you are gay or you are...
That's strange, because nobody would say that, for example, my grandfather looked gay.
Exactly.
So that's why wearing high-rise chinos with leg opening, I think, like 23. So it's not...
Why would it be gay?
Why gay? Because like I would say that maybe gay would wear something closer to their body.
Yeah,
I mean, gay people look very different. So you don't have you have stereotypes, but like I don't know. Like there's no logic. Is not logic in here.
No, but there's no logic, of course.
Looking at my grandfather, I would never say that he looked gay.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I saw a girl also saying that. Your relationship won't hold more than a year. That's the proof that you are gay. If your relationship doesn't hold more than a year or something like this.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I mean,
if you don't stay with a girl more than a year, or you need to stay all your life with someone that is shitty because you don't want to look gay. I don't know. So I think that people are talking about themselves.
People are crazy, but guys, just take a look on this reel. It's on my private profile, Mr. Grono. I'm wearing white chinos and green safari shirt. Yeah, and even they commented my shirt. Like I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that when people are so much on defensive like this and they will aggress you, it tells more about themselves than about what they are talking about.
There was this guy that wrote a lot that I'm gay and I'm short and he's
but he's bullying.
6.5 and he wears slim fit.
Yeah.
And too short jackets.
Yeah, but that's what is funny is that those people objectively look bad in what they are wearing, but they are the one that are aggressing us. So we are not aggressive in the way that we are showing things. We're like, this is why we think it's better. So take a look at it.
This is an opinion. Why choose classic cut? Because it's comfortable, because it's timeless, because it creates great proportions. You look good. You look not just subjectively but objectively good, because those rules, they were created many years ago, how men's silhouettes should look like, proportions, and if you have some disadvantages, they will hide it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't need to change your outfit every season because of the trends, because okay, right now we have a trend for classical cut, but it's good because it shouldn't be a trend. It's something that is classic. So I wouldn't call it a trend.
No, but exactly, it's not a trend, or if it's a trend, it won't stay as a trend. But I think that just a lot of people don't accept this idea that there's something objective about what we are saying, because they try to blend what we are saying into the idea that everything is subjective. And I completely disagree with this. There's a lot of subjectivity, of course, but certain things are objective. It means that there are rules by default, and if you discuss them, you are just of bad faith. If
it's those proportions, they were created many years ago, and it's just how art should look like, because like craftsmanship, creating a garment can be an art.
Aesthetically speaking,
aesthetic rules.
Exactly. And you're of bad face if you're explaining. It doesn't mean that ugliness cannot be interesting. You can work on ugliness, and it can be a contrast to beauty.
A lot of streetwear outfits are ugly, but they are interesting.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean that ugliness is not interesting in to a certain extent, but it means that ugly is ugly, beauty is beauty. And I'm sorry if you're wearing something that is too tight, that is uncomfortable. It doesn't make sense in so many ways, and it's objectively not good looking.
Yeah, so why not to wear slim fit? Because it limits your movements. Because you cannot see the fabric, because it's just
you have
too
no good
wrinkles.
properties of the fabric. Will show.
Bad proportions.
Yeah, you look like a kid.
Yes, and I don't know. You're following some trends that are not even trendy anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say that some people could be of bad face also and argue. Yeah, but you're just following some rules and you are not yourself. Yeah, but sorry, those rules of classic rules, they make sense because they make you more comfortable. They just make your health better in so many ways.
But it's not a reinventing a wheel.
Yeah, exactly. It's just... Yeah, exactly. Why would you go outside those rules? Just to prove that it's like teenagers. Yeah? They go against the rule just because they can.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was in 80s or 90s that Mercedes wanted to create, or no, wait a minute. It was in 90s that Mercedes wanted to create this yoke.
Yeah.
Instead of just wheel. But in the 50s or 60s, that was some American brand that they reinvented the steering wheel, and it was some kind of yoke that you steered with just like hands like this. Okay. And why? Steering wheel, it works.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just natural that you take it like this. Tesla, they have this yoke.
Yeah.
But you need to have all hands like this, and you cannot cross the hands, so you cannot like grab like this.
Yeah. But now they came back.
No, you can order it still. It's like an extra.
Yeah, you
feature.
can have both. You can have the choice.
Yes.
Yeah, but because it's not very comfortable.
No.
I mean, if you're a F1 driver, yes, because you don't have movement. But if you're in a normal car,
it's not a plane. In plane, you don't make movements like that.
No, but in Formula One also. But it's because you don't have space, so that's why you have the. You don't
yeah,
have the steering
and you don't like park, so you don't make
exactly.
you don't turn like 90 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. That's what we mean by those digression is that it needs to make sense. So all those rules that we are talking about, objective rules, they exist because they make sense. Yeah. They make sense for all the reasons that we quoted before. So that's the reason why you can be confident in wearing those garments. And to be honest, anyone that tried, for example, higher rise in the trousers, even if in the beginning they were a bit on defensive, like, I don't know, I'm feeling like it's a bit high for me, they always go down with it. They always accept it. And I would say there's 90% conversion, like people that they don't want to go back then. They just accepted this haircut and they are just better.
Guys, people will comment, but let them just wear it with confidence.
And to be honest, the comments that people are receiving, 99% of the time, they are positive. People are just commenting very nicely. I have so many customers that were unsure about it because they were like, it's a bit new for me. They are a bit insecure how their environment is going to react. But then their environment reacts in such a nice way that they're like, I receive only good comments about it. And everyone was asking me where it was coming from. Why did I go for this? Or sometimes they don't even notice. They don't realize why it looks so good. They're like, I feel that it looks good.
It looks good. Something is different. I don't know why. Because because of the proportions.
Exactly. They cannot spot what is happening. They don't realize that the waist is higher. The jacket is longer.
And if you don't want to look like your grandpa, maybe wear just better quality fabrics.
Yeah.
Because back in in times of my grandpa, the fabrics were pretty bad.
Yeah.
In the socialist Poland.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that because for most of the Western world, fabrics were better. It was the other way around. We were talking on previous episode about Levi's or things like this. All the brands were making way better things because it was locally made in the Western world. So,
but my grandpas, they didn't have source of fabrics like that.
Yeah, historically speaking, it was the other way around.
So it was mostly Polish, some Polish bad quality fabrics.
Yeah,
but
the
cut was a full cut.
Exactly.
But still you can have my fuller cut. You can have maybe something more closer to the body, but not slim fit.
Yeah.
You can have very high rise. You can have middle high. So you can change it. It's not like you need to have all the time really baggy trousers.
Yeah. So I would say ride this wave. If there is a trend that opens up a bit mind and give you the opportunity to be a bit more free, test it. Test those more classic cuts that we mentioned before, because there's no turning back.
Yeah, find your perfect fit and just stay with it.
Yeah, you will stick with it by default. No matter where the trend is going, and I would say it's probably going to be on looser cut. But it's hard to define trends. I feel like we are in a world that is way less defined in things. I think that the last period of time in the history that was so defined was the 2010 until 2015.
But you know why? I actually, the third time today, I watched a YouTube documentary about why you were not talking about 2010 style.
Yeah, so strongly. Yeah.
Because we say like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Because nobody actually named early 2000. It wasn't like 0 S. It wasn't 10s. It wasn't 20s. Now we are living in 20s.
Yeah.
Dude, we're living in 20s. But nobody calls it 20s.
No, exactly. We don't have this name anymore.
I think that we actually defined those styles until 90s and then nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I think there is that. But maybe also this idea influenced the way people are more free now. So since it's less defined in time and less easy to define, I feel like after the 2015 and so on, styles started drifting, and there are a multiplicity of style now. And I think that nowadays there is actually quite more freedom in the way you can wear your garments. And we are often talking about the fact that there's a lot of things are toned down. In Sweden, people are wearing this type of colors and so on. So yes, that's true. There's still like a global direction. But when it comes to the cuts of things, I think there's a bit more freedom in the way you can. A lot of people and younger people, they are wearing 70s oriented garments. I mean, the flare became trendy again.
And slim fit and with flare.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of guys are wearing more classic cuts. Some are still wearing slim fit.
Yeah.
Skinny seems to have died for good, which is probably for the best. Yeah. Loser cut, they are still existing. I mean, a lot of Japanese people are wearing a lot those very loose cut. Also, it makes sense because the weather there is very warm and humid. So then it makes sense to have way wider cut. And they are quite skinny usually. So they are very breathable material. So it makes sense for that. So I would say there's a multiplicity of things which gives much more opportunity for people to express themselves. So I think we already conclude a bit like this in the previous episode. But yes, we are in times where you have so much more opportunities to be more yourself, or to go a bit more towards classic, which can be kind of the same. You know, you can follow classic rules that will make you dress better, be more comfortable in clothes, and express more yourself. But how do you express yourself? Then you express yourself in the fabrics, in the colors, and
just you're not following any trends. You're just choosing those classical stuff, because 70s, 80s, 90s, it's also classic. 50s, 60s, it's from every period, you can take some classic stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very classic stuff.
So don't follow trends, guys.
Yeah, don't
just follow the classic.
Follow
garments,
your art.
Classic cut. Yeah.
No, exactly.
I hoped we helped with this episode. Why to choose a more classic cut than you have just arguments.
To give to people, to send them this episode. If people are saying that it looks like grandpa, well, ask them what's wrong with your grandpa.
Like grandpas. Yeah, that's our goal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you can match. I mean, you can match very modern stuff with all the cuts. We are wearing baseball caps and so on. You can wear modern stuff with those cuts, so it's quite given.
So you'll never look like a grandpa in a negative way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the way to go, guys.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It was 38, I think.
38th episode
of Suit Yourself, and just follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and send us a DM.
Keep writing to us.
Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao, guys.